Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Welcome, dear devotees. Thank you for coming to our class on Bhagavad-gita. We are reading from chapter 9, which is an amazing chapter from Bhagavad-gita, which is right in the middle of it. 18 chapters of Bhagavad-gita. We are on number 9. And it's going to go and take us into some of the deeper secrets of devotional service. So you can congratulate yourself that you took the initiative to come and attend, and instead of spending your time someplace else, you decided to spend it here in the association of devotees. So as usual, we will first read each one verse each and one translation each, and we'll go round robin over there, and then we'll go into the purport and we'll discuss the purport in details there. So I have with me in the reading order today, we have Varshana Mataji, Kiran Goel Mataji, Sutapa Mataji, Jyoti Mataji, Pushpa Mataji, Kiran Khosla Mataji, Deepika Shah Mataji, and who else is there? I don't think anybody else is there. Is there? Did I miss somebody? So all of you are able to read if I ask you to read from my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so this is very nice. We are broadcasting right now, and let us get going. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so that you can see both of them. I'm going to move this out of my way here. So I can look at you on my other screen, and we will focus on the verse itself here, reading from Bhagavad-gita chapter 9. What's the name of chapter 9?
The most confidential
knowledge.
Most confidential knowledge. Correct, for 500 points. Okay. So, all right. Let us see now. How far will this mouse allow me to go? Okay, it seems so far we seem to be doing good. Okay, so where do I begin with? This is my thing. Share. I'm going to share two of my screens. One is the reading order and one is the text itself. Can you confirm that you're able to see?
Yes,
yes, Mataji.
Okay, very
Yes,
nice.
Mataji.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, whose turn is it? Oops. Whose turn is it to read?
Mine, Mataji.
Okay, then you go ahead and read here.
Yes, now. Text 1. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of miseries of material existence." Hare Krishna.
We were talking about miseries of material existence.
Yes.
Text 2. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives a direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it's joyfully performed. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Oh, sorry, it went too far down. My mouse is going just very crazy today. Okay. Either it goes very slow or goes very fast. Look at that. Yeah, I have to use my fingers. Okay.
Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attend me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world.
Hare Krishna Mataji. By me, in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna Ji.
Pushpa, your turn.
And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entity, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation.
Hare Krishna Ji. Under that
as the mighty wind, blowing everywhere, rests always in the sky. All created beings rest in me. Hare Krishna.
O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again.
Deepika, can you read? Are you able to read today?
I just read Mataji.
Okay, sorry. I
Yeah.
was distracted. I confused you for, Pushpa. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Varshana, back to you.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I'll have to take this call.
It is
so
covering
continue
it
today.
with
I
some.
will be on mute.
The whole cosmic, O son of Kunti, at the end of millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. Hare Krishna.
Text 8. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end.
Suprabha?
O Dhananjaya, yes, Mother, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral.
Hare Krishna ji. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Hare Krishna ji.
Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. Hare Krishna.
Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and aesthetic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their creative activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Hare Krishna ji.
O son of Partha, those who are not.
O son of Pritha.
Okay. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible.
Inexhaustible. Exhaust fan, like that. Inexhaustible. That can
Inexhaustible.
avyayam. Yeah. Okay, good. I think Shraddha joined. Shraddha's iPhone. Shraddha, are
Hello.
you?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Sorry, this is my first time joining, and so
Hare Krishna, tell us a little bit about yourself. Which part of the
Oh,
world are you from?
okay. Hello everyone. I'm from Ventura. I met a lady. So I recently visited the Sankat Mochan Hanuman Temple in San Jose, and I met a lady. Her name was Devi. I
Her name
forgot
was,
her.
her name was what?
Devi. That's what she said.
Devi. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, she was sitting right next to me, and like after everything was over, she came to me and said that she just felt like telling me that I should join the Bhagavad-gita group, and the real knowledge is not outside but inside, and I've been like trying, and I told her that I've been trying to understand and learn Bhagavad Gita as well by myself, and I've been failing miserably. Like I actually have a book. It's called Bhagavad Gita for Children in my hand, and I'm trying to understand. I tried reading it, but didn't understand much. So just trying ways to understand Bhagavad Gita in a better way. So, and I live in
Wow, that's
Ventura,
fantastic.
closer to Los Angeles. So, yeah.
Wow, that's good. And you just happen to be here. Yeah, that's how Krishna arranges all these things. So she obviously gave you the Zoom call details, right?
That's
Okay.
correct. She
Yeah,
she asked me to join this group, and that's how I got the link, and I just joined the meeting.
Krishna's messenger for you. Yeah. So we are broadcasting this on Facebook, and uh, just letting you know, Facebook and YouTube, so that we are just mindful.
Okay.
And so we also have a WhatsApp group, and then I'm going to send you chat message on WhatsApp on the Zoom call here, right?
Sounds good. Okay.
And then we just take it from there.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good, ma'am.
Okay, so why don't you read?
Read. Do you want me to read? Okay.
Yeah, just 14 the number.
14?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my mouse is going very, very strong today.
No
Yeah,
worries.
but 14 has disappeared from the screen now.
What? That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's a battery problem. Earlier it was too slow, now it's too fast. Okay, so we did 13 just now, inexhaustible, and we are going to do a 14 here. Yeah,
Okay.
we can just read 14.
Okay. Always. One second. I have glasses and I can find my glasses, but let me zoom in this one. Always chanting my glories. Endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. Sorry. Bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Okay, good. So Vashana Mataji, back to you.
Yes. Text 15. Others who engage in sacrifice by cultivating of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as one without a second, as 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 diverse in many and in the universal form. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 16. But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. Hare Krishna.
I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, Shama, and the Yajur Vedas.
Hare Krishna Ji. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the board, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seeds. Hare Krishna Ji.
19, right?
No. Yes.
O Arjuna, I give heat and I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immortality. And I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. Hare Krishna.
Those who study the Vedas and drink the Somras, seeking the heavenly
Juice.
planet,
It's Soma
worship
juice. Soma juice and Soma rasa are different things. Yeah.
Soma.
Yeah,
Soma juice.
Juice, not ras. Yeah, you had said ras, so we were just letting
Oh,
you know.
Somras, I said. Okay.
Somras is, you know what is
Oh,
Somras,
sorry.
right?
Soma
This
juice.
is Soma juice. Yeah, this is Soma
Oh,
juice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reactions. They take birth on pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Hare Krishna.
When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death.
Text.
Yeah, I'm trying to move. My mouse is just acting on me today. Would not listen. Okay, like my mind. Okay.
Text 22. But those who always worship me.
Shraddha,
Yes,
Shraddha,
ma'am.
you ready?
Yes. I should be reading the text 23.
22.
22. Okay. Yeah. But those who always worship me with with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have.
Varshana, actually.
Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Text 24. I'm the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Hare Krishna.
Sutapa? Is Sutapa still with us? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Sutapa,
Sorry, I unmuted and I don't. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me.
Hare Krishna ji, text 26. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Hare Krishna.
In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. Hare Krishna.
I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also friend to him.
Text,
Shraddha.
yeah. Text 30. Even if one commits the most abdominal action, if he is
Abominable. Abominable.
abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Hare Krishna.
Text 31. He quickly becomes righteous and attain lasting peace, O son of Kunti. Declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Hare Krishna.
32. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Hare Krishna.
Text 33. How much more this is so of the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me.
Hare Krishna ji. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, becomes my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna ji.
Mataji, you are on mute.
And I have been on mute ever since, is it?
Yes.
When I took the call, is it?
No.
No.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Why did I go on mute? Anyway. Yeah, so what I was asking was that we will go details into 9.3 momentarily, but I wanted to ask you that we have read one chapter of Bhagavad-gita, and was there anything that came to your mind, anything that struck your mind? Yeah, you can go back and look.
Hare Krishna Mataji. One thing gives me very real consolation. The whole Bhagavad Gita actually gives me. But this text, the 22, Lord Krishna says that those who worship me and with exclusive devotion, meditating on the transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. So, I mean, he's so merciful that he really thinks of us, that
Yeah, you
he
go.
preserves what we
That's
don't have.
verse 22. I was also impressed by that.
There's a very interesting pastime of Krishna regarding in the context of that. So there's a very interesting pastime of Krishna. So there was one Brahmana, I'm forgetting the name, I heard it so many years ago from Guru Maharaj. And so that Brahmana used to live like a Brahmana, right? Engaged in the studies, not going out and collecting a lot of money, trying to do dan and all that. So he used to do all that. So he was very poor. And he had a wife and a son, and he would go out and sometimes not get any food in Dakshina. So his family would starve. And then that night he was sitting down and he's reading the Bhagavad-gita. And then he saw this shlok there, right? Yogashema Vahamyaham. Yeah. So so he was very, very poor, and then one day nobody gave him any food at all, for like 2 or 3 days. So he was very, very hungry. His children were starving. His wife, of course, was being quiet, but she was also starving. And so in the night when he was eating, he came to here, right? So then he was like, I don't think like that. I lack food and Krishna is not carrying any food for me. So what he did was he took he was a Brahmana, so he had a pen. Now I don't know how many of you are old like me to know that there used to be something known as kalam. The kalam was, a wooden thing. It would have a very sharp nib in the front, and then you would dip it in ink and then you write with that. So it was very sharp. And so he just took that, dipped it in ink, and then he struck that verse off, like 2 lines. He struck it off like that, like that, like that. And so then he went to sleep, and then the next day again he went out to beg for alms and do whatever he did, right? And so while he was away, his wife was at home. She had nothing to do because there was no food. So after you have, taking a shower, clean your house, taking a shower, what do you do, right? Sit and pray. So then there was a knock at the door, at her door, and then when she opened the door, there were 2 very beautiful boys standing in front of her. And then they had baskets of food on their head, and they said, Amma, please, help us bring these baskets down. So she said, just help them, bring it from their head all the way till here. And they said, yeah, now we will put it on the ground. So then they took it, and then they put those baskets of fruit. They were full of fruit, 2 big baskets, and then they put them down. So as the lady was very pleased, and as they were putting down the baskets, the lady saw that these boys, their back was, scratched, as if, like big bruises were there at the back like that. And so she was very surprised, and she said, you're such 2 very beautiful boys. Who could have beaten you like that? So he said, oh, our master beats us like that, if we don't do the work. And he said, if you don't carry food to that Brahmana over there, then, I will beat you even more. So this is what he did. And then, so 2 straight lines like that in his back. So then he said, your husband told her, if you won't carry, then I will. He gave us a beating. And then she was very upset that how could my husband beat something so beautiful boys, and they have brought all the food for us. And so she said, okay, I'll talk to him. So then the boys go away, and then the husband comes home, and then he sees all these food and all that, and the wife is not smiling. So she's like, why? If the husband looks at food, he's very happy. He's not eaten for 3 days. And then so she's she's very upset with him. And then she asked, like, what has happened? Why you look so upset with me? And then she says, like, you are so cruel. You're so bad. There were those two very beautiful boys who came. One was black and one was white. And they showed me the back, and you had beaten them. How can you beat two boys, small boys, so mercilessly like that? And when the Brahmana heard that story, the whole thing quickly came to his mind, that one was black and one was white, that is Krishna and Balram. And then in the night, he had struck off that verse with two strong strokes of his kalam like that, right? And those bruises were showing on the back of Krishna's body like that. So Krishna was really proving that I really carry what you like. I really carry what you like. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to be careful not to throw the Bhagavad-gita around. It hurts Krishna. It is Krishna. There's no difference between Bhagavad-gita and Krishna because it is Krishna's words, right? Nice.
And then Mataji, text 32, many people ask this question.
Do you want to ask it?
That why women? Yes, those who
but I have told you so many times.
Yeah, Mataji, but I fail to understand. I fail to give them the answer, to convince them. I've never been able to convince women, Vaishyas, and Shudras can attain the supreme destination.
Yes. So traditionally, women are now, first and foremost is this declaration that this statement is not applicable to all the women. Okay? So understand this thing. So this is a general statement because Bhagavad-gita there's only one book. And this book is supposed to address billions and billions of people across billions and billions of years, right? So different mood, different people, different style, and all that. So there'll be generic statements there, and not to be taken that, okay, why is it said like that, right? So you take it in the mood that Krishna is saying, in general. So then the acharyas explain to us that in general, if you look at it in general, women are attached to material things. In general, that does not mean that every woman is attached to material things. Okay, and so when you have attachment to material things, then Krishna suresam jahan maya hai andhakar, jahan Krishna wahan nahi maya radhikar. So if you remove Krishna from your life, then Maya is going to come and you're going to have andhakar in your home. So if you're attached to material things, then Maya will do her thing, right? So.
Yeah.
So women in general are like that. So like, I know of somebody, she was doing her MBBS and then her father arranged for her marriage. And she was a very good student, arranged for her marriage. The boy came to look at her. She liked the boy so much. And then she left everything, her career, everything. And she became a homemaker. So one would just ask the question that why would somebody who's going to become a doctor leave and become like that? Because it's your inherent desire. She had such a strong desire to be a homemaker, and that she didn't want to pursue that. Right? I'm not saying homemakers are bad. I'm just saying, but once you become a homemaker, then you get attached to now, and my home needs this, my home needs that, my children, this is my children, this is my home, my husband, my car. So you get attached to those kind of things, right? So in general, women have a tendency to do that. Like they will, if the husband says, no, I want to have a simple house, they'll say, no, the house should have this also. No, I think the house should have that also. In general, the women do that. So when you have too much of attachment towards material items, then the desire to do devotional service does not happen because they're orthogonal, they're opposites. It will not happen. Okay. So he's mentioned that in that context, he's saying that women are of lower birth. So in that context, he's just saying that lower birth in the sense that people in lower birth do not do devotional service much, right? When it comes to austerities of devotional service, men in general tend to do it a little bit more. That doesn't mean that every man does it and no woman does it. It's not like that, right? You have been coming here practicing devotional service for 15 years now, right? So it doesn't apply to you. So you have to explain this, give them this particular context there, right? Also remind them that in chapter 15, Krishna is going to come and praise the women, right? He says that for women represent fine, speech, memory, intelligence.
Yes,
Giving
yes.
all of that to women, right? So just don't take it. And if you look at Prabhupada, like if women were of lower birth, then Prabhupada would never have done anything for the women, right? He came here, and to the women hippies, he was so merciful, right? If you come to ISKCON of Silicon Valley, you know, almost all the departments are headed by women. So it's not that women are not excelling in the area of devotional service. It's not like that.
Morning prayer is also sung by Mataji.
Yeah,
Since
Yamuna
last
Mataji,
so many
right.
years.
Yeah, so if Srila Prabhupada thought that women are no good, right, then he would have just not done that. He wouldn't have allowed a lady to sing. In fact, he was very affectionate and considerate to the lady and very encouraging to the lady, like that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so then having done that, shall we go into verse number 2? And who wants to do a little bit more reading? Who was the last person who read?
I was the last person to read, Mataji.
Okay, then after Jyoti comes Pushpa. So we'll go to verse number 9, verse number 3 from chapter number 9. And yeah, I'm still recovering from a bad, flu-like thing. Suffered for 4 days there. And so I'm not able to read much here. But I will read the Sanskrit a little bit. So you get the pronunciation. अश्रद्धधाना पुरुषा धर्मस्यास्य परन्तपा अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्युसंसारवर्त्मनि अश्रद्धधाना पुरुषा धर्मस्यास्य परन्तपा अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्युसंसारवर्त्मनि अश्रद्धधाना पुरुषा धर्मस्यास्य परन्तपा अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसार वर्त्मनि. Okay,
Mataji, will you please share the screen?
I hope I'm not sharing it. Bad. Okay, let me share. Sorry about that. I have to share this and the reading order also. Okay, now tell me, can you see it, Sudhapa?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Ashraddhanaha Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. Ashraddhanaha. Ashraddhana means those who are faithless. Those who are faithful will be called what?
Shraddhavan.
Shraddhavan, correct. Nice. Then Purushaha. Purusha is such person, such people, such men, or like that. Dharmasya, toward the process,
of religion.
So, asya, this, towards this process of religion. Param tapa, O killer of the enemies. Who is killer of the enemies?
Krishna.
Arjuna.
Arjuna, correct.
No, Arjuna Mataji. Sorry.
Aprapya, without obtaining. Mam, me. Nivartante, come back. Mrityu, of death. Samsar, in material existence. Vartmani, on the path. So those who are faithless are called what in Sanskrit?
Ashraddhana.
And one who kills enemies is called what?
Dharmasya.
Parantapa. Yes, that is one of the names of Arjuna, we should remember. And what is on the path?
Vartamani.
Vartmani. Okay, translation. Who's going to take the translation?
I can take Mataji.
Okay.
Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world.
Thank you. Kiran Khosla for purport.
Purport.
One
The
paragraph.
faithless, the faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotional service. Excuse me. That is the purport of this verse. Faith is created by association with devotees. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, faith is a most important factor for process in Krishna consciousness. In Chaitanya Charanamrita, it is said that faith is the complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.31.14. Hare
We'll
Krishna.
let somebody else do the reading for you. So who's coming next in line? Whose turn is it?
Mine, Deepika.
Okay. And it went there. So I'll read the Sanskrit and then you can read the translation for that, right? Yatha taromula nishechinena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakhaha pranopahara cha yatindriyanam tatheva sarva aranam achyuteja. Now, Mataji, give me the translation, please.
By giving water to the root of a tree, one satisfies its branches, twigs, and leaves. And by supplying food to the stomach, one satisfies all the senses of the body. Similarly, by engaging in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, one automatically satisfies all the demigods and all other living entities. Therefore, Therefore, after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of this philosophy of life, that is faith.
Who's next?
It's me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Uh, okay. Now, the development of the faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. There are three divisions of Krishna conscious men. In the third class are those who have no faith. Even if they are officially engaged in devotional service, they cannot achieve the highest perfectional stage. Most probably, they will slip after some time. They may become engaged, but because they haven't complete conviction and faith, it is very difficult for them to continue in Krishna consciousness. We have practical experience in discharging our missionary activity that some people come and apply themselves to Krishna consciousness with some hidden motive, and as soon as they are and sorry as soon as soon as they are economically a little well situated, they give up this process and take to their old ways again. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. As far as the development of faith is concerned, one who is well versed in literature of devotional service and has attained the stage of firm faith is called a first class person in Krishna consciousness. And in the second class, are those who are not very advanced in understanding the devotional scripture, but who automatically have firm faith that Krishna bhakti or service to Krishna is the best course, and so in good faith have taken it up. Thus they are superior to the third class, um, who have neither perfect knowledge of the scriptures nor good faith, but by association and simplicity by trying to follow. The third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down, but when one is in the second class, he does not fall down. And for the first class person in Krishna consciousness, there is no chance of falling down. One in the first class will one in the first class will surely make progress and achieve the result at the end. As far as the um, third class person in Krishna consciousness is concerned, although he has faith in the uh, conviction that devotional service to Krishna is very good, he has not yet gained adequate knowledge of Krishna through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad-gita. Sometimes these third class persons in Krishna consciousness have some tendency toward karma yoga and jnana yoga, and sometimes they are disturbed. But as soon as the infection of karma yoga and jnana yoga vanquished oh my God, vanquished, they become second class or, oops, sorry, um, one second, ma'am. They become second class or first class person in Krishna consciousness. Faith in Krishna is also divided into three stages and described in Srimad Bhagavatam. First class attachment, second class attachment, and third class attachment are also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. In 11th canto, those who have no faith even after hearing about Krishna and the excellence of devotional service, who think that it is simply uh,
Eulogy.
eulogy and find the path very difficult, even if they are supposedly engaged in devotional service. For them there is very little hope of gaining perfection. Thus faith is very important in discharge of devotional service. uh Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, yeah, feedback. What did you all hear?
That there are three stages of or three tiers of bhakta. Those who are on the third tier, they go back to their um, original lifestyle after they attain economic, even if they see like a little bit of gain or something material happens, they go back to their life prior to the devotion. The second tier of bhakta, they probably are not on the first tier and they do not probably know everything about the scriptures, but they just have the faith in them that uh, Krishna is with them, and like with the bhakti they will see a path forward. And the first year bhakta, they're just going to be that there is no way they'll come down to the third tier, and they're just going to be on the road to bhakti. That's what I understood.
Nice reflection. Anything else? Anything else that you heard in that chapter? Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. It's only
Hare
the
Krishna.
faith in Krishna that will carry us in Krishna consciousness.
So faith is important. Yeah. So this whole chapter is about Krishna consciousness. This whole verse is about Krishna consciousness or Shraddha, or about faith. It says Ashraddha Dhana Purusha, right? So it's telling you that if you don't have faith, what exactly is going to happen to you, right? And then there was a verse also inside it, Jatha Taror Mula Nishe Chinena, right? So let's talk about going backward from what we talked about, and that is there are 3 classes of devotee that were mentioned, and in the purport he's just using the word first class, second class, and third class, but there are Sanskrit equivalents to those as well, right? So the third class is the most junior, most devotee, and they are also known as Kanisht. Kanisht is junior, right, in Hindi. So they are Sanskrit. So they are known as Kanisht Adhikaris. So that their level or their entitlement to devotional service, they are Kanisht. And so what happened? There are certain many qualities of a Kanisht. And so one of them is, like Prabhupada also mentioned over here, that they come for some gains, and then as soon as they get the gains, they just go off like that. So that's the lowest level, but it is still a devotional service is there, right? Because earlier in the Bhagavad-gita, he says, Chaturvija bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna artho jigyasu artharthi. So this one is the artharthi. He's looking for some economic gains. But nonetheless, he came to Krishna. So he's some sort of a devotee, but not pure, but he's there, right? Now, so that is one aspect of looking at it. The second aspect of looking at it also is that how they interact. When they come to the temple, what do? Right? So the junior most devotee comes to the temple, and it is between him and Krishna only. Right? So he doesn't care that there are other devotees around in the temple. So that's a thing of a Kanishta Adhikari. Then the third quality of a Kanishta Adhikari is that knowledge of the scriptures. His knowledge of the scriptures is very low. And because his knowledge of the scriptures is low, that contributes to his having lower faith or lower Shraddha, like that, right? And so because he has got a lower Shraddha, his faith is not very strong, number one, coming from inside. And his knowledge of books is also not strong because coming from outside. He has not been reading the books thoroughly or scrutinizingly. So first he had small faith, soft faith, and then he didn't even, fortify it with reading the scriptures. He didn't do that. So what happens with these kind of people is that they will get converted. Anybody can come and say, in my scripture, this is written. What is written in your scripture? What does your Bhagavad-gita say about it? Right? And in this regard, one of our, ISKCON gurus, teachers, gives a very interesting story. And he says that, I have read your Bhagavad-gita, and in your Bhagavad-gita, the wrong things which are written. So he said, so what are the wrong things? Our ISKCON devotee says, what are the wrong things that are written in the Bhagavad-gita? Tell us, which chapter is it? And then he said, in chapter 19, you have said such and such. But there's no chapter 19 in Bhagavad-gita, right? So, but if you do not know that there are only 18 chapters in Bhagavad-gita, somebody else can just hear a very strong and a forceful statement from somebody else saying that chapter 19 of Bhagavad-gita is wrong, then you'll go and buy all the Bhagavad-gitas in the store looking for chapter 19, which you're not going to find. So they will get swayed and persuaded. So they will, the ones who change their religion and go here and there, because they are Kanishtadhikaris. They are junior most. Their Shraddha is like a banyan tree, is like a banana tree, right? Like a banana tree. Look at the trunk of a banana tree. It's so soft, right? You can take a knife and you can cut it. It's soft. So their Shraddha is Komal Shraddha, is soft, right? Then next higher level than that are the Madhyam Adhikaris, or middle, right? Junior and then middle. So what happens with them? So when they come to the temple, they will worship Krishna. They come to worship Krishna, but they are aware and cognizant that there are other devotees also in the temple who have to be given respect. That is something the Madhyam Adhikari will know. The Madhyam Adhikari also has got a good grasp of, good enough grasp of the scripture. He understands that, but he is not able to defend it when somebody else attacks. He will, just come out of the way and say, good, aap bhi achhe, main bhi acha, everybody is good, like that, right? They will not stand up, like how Prabhupada used to just stand up, right? The Shastras, just give left, right, and center, because he was convinced that there's nothing better, right? So they have, they're strong, their faith is strong. Their knowledge of the Shastras is not very, very strong, but it is strong. They have read it. So nobody can sway. So they're like a mango tree, the bark, the trunk of a mango tree. You cannot sway it from this side to that side. So whatever they are pursuing, whether they are Christian, whether they are the Muslims, whether they are Hindus, whatever they are, they will stick to their faith. Whatever is their faith, they'll stick to it. Nobody can convert them, right? But they can't convert others either. If somebody wants to do Shastric thing, they will just get out of it. No. If somebody tries to convince him, like my religion is much better, you give up, what are you doing? He will listen politely and but not act on it, right? So that is a Madhyamadhikari. The Madhyamadhikari also sees differences between good and bad. So this is a good person, this is a bad person. This is a good habit, this is a bad habit. So Madhyamadhikari sees that. Then comes the Uttamadhikari. So Uttamadhikari is very learned in the Shastras. Uttamadhikari, when he goes to the temple, not only worships the temple deities and the people there in the temple, Uttamadhikari will also go and do some work in the temple. So that takes you to a higher level. However, because the faith is so strong in the Shastras, nobody can sway them. Because their faith and their knowledge of the Shastras is at such a higher level that they can convert others into their way. Srila Prabhupada, Uttamadhikari, converted so many people, right, into their faith. So Prabhupada was Uttamadhikari in the Vaishnava tradition. And however, because they are on such a transcendental platform, they are in such a transcendental platform that they see only the soul in everybody. Vidya, right? Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shunis cheva shopakecha pandita samadarshinaha. So they know that because the soul, the body is useless, it's the soul that really matters, and they see the soul everywhere. In a shuni chaiva chopakecha, brahmane gavi hastini, in a brahman, in a cow, in an elephant, in a dog eater, they see the God everywhere. And because they see Vishnu everywhere, they're not able to distinguish between them and say, oh, dog is bad and cow is good. They can't do that because they only see the Lord over there. So because they do not see things, there is no dichotomy in their life by way of this is good, this is bad, they will never preach. So when these people have to come down to a level, to a consciousness of a Madhyamadhikari, they have to bring down their consciousness to that level to be able to say, okay, now there is something lacking in you, I have something more, so there is a good, bad kind of a thing. And now let me preach. Now let me give, like that, right? So it's not that they become Madhyamadhikaris in the sense that the knowledge of scripture goes down or anything like that. They bring down their consciousness to that level where they start making distinctions between two people. This person is good, this person is not so good, needs to be trained, needs to be given Krishna Katha, and so on and so forth. How is their Shraddha? How is their faith? It is like a banyan tree. A banyan tree not only has its original trunk, but then the roots come out from the top and they go and join the earth, and again they form trunks like that. So it's very, very strong and very, very deep rooted. Nobody can, do anything to them like that. So these are adhikaris. So he's talking about the Shraddha. So the verse is talking about stark opposite. The verse is talking about ashraddha dana, like if you don't have Shraddha. But in the purport, Prabhupada is explaining by, sometimes you explain things by explaining the opposite first. Right? So you see, one who has even a little bit of a faith goes as a Madhyamadhikari, but then the others who have absolutely no faith, what happens? They return back. They follow material world. The material world gives them left, right, and center. They take it all for a little sensuous pleasure, and then after death, they are back here in this material world. They don't go out. On the other hand, if a person dedicates their life completely to Krishna, then Krishna will be eager to have them back. into their lives. Like that. Right? Then the word Ashadhadhana also here was mentioned, that here he was saying that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that's the way the name is pronounced, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Charita Amrit, Charita is the character. Chaitanya is one who is Chaitanya, life, full of life. Who is full of Chaitanya? It is the soul. So he's writing in that book, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj is writing the charitra of a soul, what happens to a soul, and then devotional service, and then brings in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So coincidentally, same name there, right? So in the beginning, he was saying that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is said, Shraddha sabde vishwas kaya sudhirdar nishchoy. Krishna bhakti karle sarva siddha hoy. So it says that Shraddha shabde vishwas karle. So he has got faith. He has got faith in his words, right? One who has got this kind of a faith in Krishna. Shraddha shabde, Shraddha means that one who has faith in the Lord. Shraddha shabde vishwas kare, right? So he has faith. What has he faith in? What thing that he have faith in? That Krishna, service to Krishna. If I do service to Krishna, then I have done the best of the possible actions that I could do. And that is the best of the goals for me, and I'll achieve the goal. If I am doing devotional service to Krishna, I have achieved all the goals that I'm supposed to achieve. And this is what happens in real life, is that we don't necessarily see and have faith in Krishna. Our faith, whatever Krishna plants that faith in you, or your guru tries to plant it, or your friends or books, they try to plant that faith in you. But you don't, once somebody is putting a plant, like putting a seed of devotional service into you, you have to take care of the seed for the seeds to fructify, right? But people do not do that. So when somebody has planted a seed of devotional service, if you give it food. Now, what food are you going to give to the seed of devotional service? You're going to give it the food of Shravan Adi Jal. You hear, right? So the water of hearing from the scriptures is what you give to your Bhakti Lata Beach, the seed of devotional service. You give them Shravana, right? And you also have to take care of it. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte. So now your mind has to also become, or your consciousness also has got to become clean and good, right? So that is also something that they work on. So now, if you fan it with Shravanadi Jal, because there is a plant, seed needs water. So what are they going to give to this special kind of a seed, right? So you give them the seed of Shravanadi. You do listen to Krishna Katha. So then you will see the creeper, Lata, Bhakti Lata will start growing inside you, which basically means that your consciousness is going to a higher level slowly and slowly and slowly, like that. Now, if you are a gardener, you'll notice that if you sow seeds in your garden, you spray nice water, 4 or 5 days or 6 days, depending on the seed, you start getting the seedlings and the plantlings in your garden. And once you get those plantlings in the garden, you continue to shower more. And then you come back 2 days later to shower more. And guess what? The plants have grown tall because of the sunshine. And the sunshine is like the shelter of your spiritual master. So that's another thing that you need for the Bhakti Lata creeper to grow. And you see, lo and behold, my creeper is growing. However, you see there are tiny other plants are also around it, which are not flowering plants. These are pests that are there, and they have to be removed. So when we are doing devotional service, and when we are taking care of the creeper of our devotional service, then things like this is going to happen, that some of the undesirable items are going to come around you, just as some of the wild plants also grow together with the main plant when you try to put the water on them, right? Like that. So this is also something to keep in mind, that as you're doing devotional service, you have to keep your devotional service free from these other factors, these other plants that are going to come and hover around you, which basically means a metaphor. What that basically means is that as you're doing devotional service to Krishna, and as you're trying to connect everything that you have with Krishna, all these material desires will come in the form of a weed. and would like to take away and would like to kill, right? Sometimes the weeds become too tall and 5 or 6 weeds around this little plant, the plant won't get any sunshine. It'll die like that. So these weeds have to be nipped in the bud. Otherwise, they'll be very tall and the sapling itself will die. And that's not what the original intention was, right? To do that. So I'll stop here. 7:08. Open for more questions till 7:15 Pacific time.
One
Mataji,
realization,
I need to
Mataji.
leave. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mataji.
please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, Mataji, I need to leave.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you
Sabha,
for
for
the
joining.
class, Mataji. Thank you for the class. Hari
Thank you.
Bol.
Come again. Okay, continue.
Yes, Mataji, I realized one thing, Mataji, that we are talking about the seed, like for tulsi seed, I had sown the seed, and many others also on site by came, and I had to pluck them out. And you see, so it was in the beginning I did not realize. I thought that they are also tulsi seeds only, and they will let them grow. And then I realized that the tulsi seed is actually growing, others are growing. So finally, you see, I started growing well. So, and another thing, Mataji, I realized I had a small pouch of, you see, I got a small bag of cardamom from, I put them into the bottle, and that wrapper was with me, that polythene bag, which zipped of me. What I did is I put all the buttons and the other things into that. And whenever I opened that also started smelling. I said, they smell so nice. You see, now everything is smelling so nice. I said, this is the, you see, if you get into association of the devotees, this is what you get. You also smell nice. So I said, look at, I just had put the thread into it. That has also started smelling nice. So it's very important to have good devotees around. And yes. Thank you.
Very nice.
Nice.
Anything else? Any questions? Any comments? Any reflections? Sutapa is still here?
Yes, Mataji. Varshana Mataji was telling it was so nice to hear.
Thank you, Sutapa.
Thank you.
So Shravan Adi Jal, when we are saying you have to put Shravan, the water of Shravan. Shravan means hearing, right? So from where are we going to hear? Right? So in Chaturshloki Bhagavad-gita it says, right? Matchitta
Matgat prana bodhayanta parasparam katyantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti.
Matchitta matgata, not gat. Gata prana bodhayanta parasparam. Yeah, katyantascha mam nityam. They speak about me nityam every day to each other. Yeah. Okay, if there are no more questions or reflections, then can we call it a day here? And I'll let you know on the chat whether I can make the Sunday call or not. I'll try my best to, but I can't guarantee. I'm still recovering from the flu also. But I'm glad that we have 2 Shraddhas now.
And the whole of the verse was about Shraddha too.
Yeah, that's why Shraddha joined.
Yeah.
And Shraddha is the one who is teaching. And there is one more Shraddha Mataji who used to come in the class. She had joined, but then after that, I don't know why did she stop it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the nice
All
class.
right. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripasinthubhyevacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.